Hello everyone, I am Siddharth and today I will be talking about what is conventional energy resources. These are energy sources that have been in use for many decades and in some cases even centuries. The most common examples include coal, petroleum, natural gas, and to some extent nuclear energy. These are often referred to as non renewable energy resources because they are derived from materials that take millions of years to form and cannot be replenished on a human timescale. For example, coal is widely used in thermal power plants to generate electricity. Petroleum or crude oil is refined to fuel for vehicles and machineries. Natural gas is commonly used in homes and industries for heating and electricity generation. Nuclear energy, although not a fossil fuel, is also considered conventional because it relies on uranium, another finite resource. These sources have been backbone of industrialization and technological advancement, but they also come with significant limitation and environmental impacts, which we will now explore. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Shobhan Ghadei and today I will be discussing about the advantages and disadvantages of conventional energy resources. Conventional energy resources have been extremely important for the human development and they offer huge amount of advantages. Firstly, they are highly efficient in generating huge amount of energy. That is, a small amount of fossil fuel can generate a substantial amount of power. This makes it useful for industrial grade use. Secondly, the existing infrastructure for the extraction, the transportation, and the consumption of the fossil fuel that are the power plants, the pipelines, and the grid lines, they are already in place and are well developed. Thirdly, they offer reliable and stable energy output, which is important for continuous energy flow into the power grid line. The disadvantages of these energy sources are serious and long term. They are non renewable resources, that means once depleted, they are gone forever. Secondly, burning fossil fuel can generate oxides of carbon, nitrogen, and sulfur, which are harmful in nature. The massive carbon emission from these sources is the major source of carbon dioxide and greenhouse effect. Mining of fossil fuel cause ecological damage, that is displacement of communities, hazardous environmental effect, and also hazardous environment for the workers. These drawbacks have pushed the world to search for more cleaner and more sustainable energy resources, which brings us to non-conventional energy resources.
Hello everyone, I'm Siddharth A, and today I'll be talking about non-conventional energy sources. These are also called as renewable energy sources because they are naturally replenishable and available in abundance. Some key examples are solar energy. This is one of the most popular and widely used renewable energy sources. It is generated by capturing sunlight using solar panels, which convert the sun rays into electricity through photovoltaic cells. It is especially useful in sunny regions and is increasingly used in homes, industries, and even in remote areas where the grid doesn't reach. Wind energy. Wind turbines capture the kinetic energy of the wind and convert it into electricity. These are the most effective in areas where strong winds, consistent winds, such as coastal regions or open plains. Wind energy is clean, efficient, and can be used on both small and large scales, from single turbines for homes to massive wind turbines. Hydropower, the form of energy, uses the force of flowing or falling water to generate electricity, typically through dams. It is one of the oldest and most reliable energy sources. While it requires a significant initial investment and can impact aquatic ecosystems, it produces large amount of electricity with no emissions. Biomass. Biomass energy is produced by burning organic materials like crop residues, animal waste, or wood. It can be used for heating, electricity, or even fuel, like bioethanol and biodiesel. When managed sustainably, it is considered renewable energy sources because new plants can be grown and replace what is used. Geothermal energy. This is generated from the heat stored beneath the Earth's surface by tapping into hot underground reservoirs using wells. We can produce electricity or direct heating. Geothermal plants are highly efficient and provide a consistent energy supply, but they are limited to regions with suitable geothermal activity like Iceland or parts of US. These resources are sustainable, clean, and eco-friendly. One of the major advantages is that they don't emit greenhouse gases or pollutants. In a country like India, which gets ample of sunlight throughout the year and has long coastlines with wind potential, renewable energy is becoming increasingly important. The Indian government is actively promoting solar parks, wind plants, and other initiatives under missions like National Solar Emission and Ujala. However, even these sources have some limitations, which I will now look into. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Samyak R and today I will be talking about advantages and disadvantages of non-conventional resources. Let's now look at the advantages of non-conventional energy resources. First and foremost, they are renewable, meaning they can be used again and again without the risk of depletion. Secondly, they are environmentally friendly. They do not release harmful gases or contribute significantly to global warming. Third, they promote energy security, especially in developing countries that import oil and gas. Fourth, they offer new employment opportunities in green technologies, engineering, and maintenance. On the other hand, there are also some disadvantages. The initial cost of setting up solar panels, wind farms, or hydro plants can be quite high. These sources can be weather dependent. For example, solar power depends on sunlight and wind power on wind speed. So it cannot be used throughout the year. Some renewable sources need large land areas for setup, which can lead to issues like land use conflicts. Additionally, energy storage systems like batteries are still expensive and under development, which can limit the use of renewable resources in certain scenarios. In conclusion, while conventional energy has played a major role in global development, its environmental impact and limited availability make it unsustainable in the long run. Non-conventional energy is the future, offering cleaner, greener alternatives that can help us more toward a more sustainable and energy secure world. Thank you all for watching our presentation. We hope you found it informative. Thank you.